Hi, my name is Missy. So I'm going to do a slightly different reading today. As you can see, we have kind of a bunch of decks here. I want to go ahead and talk about the decks that we have. But before I talk about the decks that we have and why we have, I want to talk about why we have them here and what kind of reading this is that I want to do. So if you have been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm not only a tarot reader and psychic, I'm also an astrologer. And so right now we have something happening in the astrology, being a Mars-Venus opposition that will be happening in a couple of days. I think is going to be pretty important, right? Because I think there are going to be a lot of people who may end up having either an argument or something explosive could happen with Mars in retrograde in Gemini opposing Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius. Now, as I'm getting ready to explain this, I need to, I'm probably going to, oh, hold on, I need to make sure that I've got the right chart here. I think this is the one that I want. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is edit in a picture of what the chart actually looks like so that you'll be able to see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. But as I was saying, as interesting too, because, you know, I already have my earbuds in as I normally do, and we have the song I'm Moving On by Rascal Flatts. So I think this is definitely kind of going to be the energy that's happening for quite a few people. But I think beyond that, look, let's be real. There are going to be quite a few people that maybe if you're moving on from them, there could be something explosive that happens, or some sort of deception or betrayal that you discover, something, right? And so what I wanted to do is make the focus of this reading, you know, let the ancestors handle it, basically, I think is what I'm going to name it. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to name it something like that. I want to look at you know, what justice are you crying out for, basically? And the reason that I say that is because right now, as I'm recording this video, and I'm looking at the astrology, I can see that as we're talking, we have the Moon and Pluto in conjunction, and that happens to be in Capricorn. And it is opposing Pallas Athena. And Pallas Athena it carries the energy of, you know, standing up for yourself, fighting for your rights, fighting for the underdog, fighting for feminine issues as well. You know, and these can be, you know, with Moon-Pluto conjunction, these can be very deep traumatic issues where maybe you feel like you need justice for something that was deep and traumatic, and yet you can't do anything about it physically, right? Or maybe you know, I mean, you just can't do anything about it physically other than moving on and allowing the ancestors to take care of it. So, you know, sometimes, let's be real about what it's like to be human. Sometimes, you know, what we need to move on is the assurance of what kind of justice will be collected on our behalf, right? Sometimes just knowing that there will be some sort of justice collected on our behalf is what helps us to move on. So even though this is a little bit of a dark subject, I feel like it's a necessary subject because I do feel that with the astrology, as I say, you know, I think it's the 30th that we're going to have the exact opposition between Mars, Venus, and Mercury. But right as I'm recording this right now, Venus is sitting at 14 degrees of Sagittarius, and Mercury is at 16 degrees of Sagittarius, while Mars is currently at 20 degrees of Gemini. So, you know, the energy is coming into aspect, or into exact opposition, right? It's moving towards the aspect. So you could even be feeling that energy right now. You may have already had something happen you know, where maybe you exploded and lost your temper. We have the song Little Boy by Ashniko, and it, just as I was saying that, part of the lyrics as she's saying is, little boy, who you think you're talking to? You know, so again, with Mars in Gemini, especially Mars in retrograde in Gemini, opposing Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury is Gemini's ruler, so being in the house opposing him, you know, and opposing Mars, which is angry words, right? That means that obviously there's something that either you really truly believe, you know, to be right and true, right? This is what you believe to be, like according to your personal values, what is right and true, and yet there's probably someone opposing you. And it very well could be that this person that's opposing you believes that their side is on the right side as well. And in those situations, sometimes you can't do anything to get justice, right? Sometimes you have to walk away, you have to step back. But you know that there was some sort of something nefarious somewhere, right? And let your ancestors handle it. So let's talk about the decks that we have that we're gonna use. Let me close out my screen so that I can now see what's on, what's being recorded. So we have a couple of new decks for me here. This one here, I already made some reels on Facebook with it, and I loved it so much that I knew the next set of readings that I wanted to post on YouTube, I knew I wanted to include it. And so this is Supernatural Join the Hunt Tarot deck and guidebook. It's just the expressions on their faces and just, you know, I was feeling a whole lot as I was using this particular deck here for the reels that well, actually, I don't think I've even posted any of the reels yet. I think today is going to be the first one. So, and one of them I post 3 reels per day. You know, I do that because you got to post every day when you're posting reels to keep the attention, right? So if I post 3, that means 3 signs each day are going to get a reading on Facebook. So there's going to be 3 probably posted by the time this particular video goes up on YouTube. So you might be able to go and check out those reels if you want. So that is the Supernatural Join the Hunt Tarot Deck and Guidebook. This is what the box looks like. It's a nice box. And I'm showing this because I don't know, actually I have to be really honest, I was just at the psychic fair in Carlsbad and I sold a bunch of decks and I haven't had a chance to go through my inventory to see if I even have any of these left. But I did have everything that well, almost everything with the exception of this one here, I have for sale, and I'm going to post it on my website as well. Because, you know, when I bought a deck for myself, I bought an extra one to sell just in case somebody else really liked it. Because I've had people ask me before when I was doing live readings on Facebook, you know, hey, do you sell decks? So I do. It's what I've always wanted to do, is sell decks so that I can see and find as many as possible, because I have a bit of an addiction, a bit of an obsession with tarot decks. I have so many of them, it's not even funny. But anyway, that's not even the point. So here's the book here. Oh, interesting. So that's not good. And you know, we got to be real, especially if I'm going to try to sell it or whatever. Now, I don't know if it's just this particular book or not, but anyway, I was going to say it was made very sturdy, but I don't know now. Anyway, this is what the book looks like. So yeah, just that there. I'm going to have to be careful. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't typically read the books for my tarot decks when I'm using them. So this right here isn't going to really bother me too much, but if you read your books a lot, it probably will bother you. However, I have been reading this one, as you can see, and it's because it is from the series. And so if you understand, like if you know the names of the people and you understand what's going on, or like who the people are from the series, you're going to give much better readings with this deck here. And although I did watch the series, it's been so long since I watched it, and I don't think I watched the full thing, so there's some characters in here that I needed to reacquaint myself with. So but it's a really good, I thought it, you know, other than this little issue here, I think it's, other than that, pretty well made. It looks pretty sturdy. So that's not going to bother me personally too much. Let's go ahead and move on to some of these other decks before we get into the readings. So now we have the Macabre Tarot, which is this deck here, but I want to show you this because I love the box, but what else I love about the box is this. Oh wait, it's not doing it right now. It was like doing a squeaky hingy thing, and now it's not. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's messing up. Interesting. So I'm kind of disappointed with both of these now. I gotta say, like 2 or 3 times I've opened this thing and it had this squeaky hinge noise, and now I'm trying to do it to show everybody else and it doesn't. So you hear it? It's all jacked up now. Very disappointing. Very disappointing, because that was like the best feature about it, was the box and the fact that it made that noise. I mean, the cards themselves are really cute, but just for the extra price that I've got to be really honest, for the extra price that they're asking for this one, and look at, I have an extra one to sell. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I'm going to put it up or not, because I am a little disappointed at that, because that was the thing that I loved the most about this one, was the fact that it had that squeaky whatever, and I guess there's a battery right here where I can change it, but who wants to do that just to have their box keep squeaking? Anyway, so we'll put the box over there. Here's the cards, though. The cards are awesome. Aren't they perfect for our subject matter today? And to go with the supernatural deck. Like, you'll see them more in the reading, but the cards are just awesome. They've got gilding. They feel good in my hands. They shuffle well, because I was shuffling them a little bit, playing with them earlier. Then we have this deck here, which is the Vlad Dracula deck. Now, this is the deck that was the one that gave me the subject for this particular reading. I knew I wanted to use this deck in any reading. I didn't care what kind of reading it was, and it's just because of the images, the faces, like their expressions, all of it was giving me so much in the reels, right? So then I opened this one and started playing around with it, and I was like, oh, this is giving me ideas for a reading. So here's what the box looks like. It's got that in there. We have the book. Here's the back of the box. A nice book. Feels like it's made the same way as the other one. This one's a little less stiff. I think the reason the other one did that is because the cover and everything was kind of stiff, but the book is very nice. And the man who did this, he actually makes another deck that I think I have, which is the Angel Tarot, and then he makes the Occult Tarot or something, I think. But anyway, so he did a lot of research. I was reading this one as well, because again, when it's a theme like this, it really helps to know the different stories that are behind each of the thing. Like, it can give you extra in the reading. Right now, I haven't had a chance to read this particular one too much, because as I was reading the introduction and the notes, and then I got to I think I got this far in right here, and I was like, oh my God, I've got an idea for a reading. So let's do it. And we're gonna figure out I haven't used any of these 3 decks here at all in any readings yet. I have used these 2. I used this one at the fair in Carlsbad recently, but let me show you these cards real quick, and then we'll start getting into... Oh wait, I forgot to talk about the Lenormand. So this is another one that's new to me. I don't know if it's new on the market or not, but this is the Laura Tuan Lenormand Oracle. I don't know if I said that correctly. Another nice box, very sturdy, very well made, with a book that's, again, very well made. Oh, yeah. It's got, it tells you like the different positions, past, present, unexpected. It tells you all the different things. Again, this, I haven't really read it or anything. I'm getting ready to check out this deck here with you guys on camera as well. And I planned on just using well, this is an oracle deck, but I plan on using this as just an oracle deck with like just using one card. So anyway, here is the Vlad Dracula deck. Has little sayings at the bottom, which we're going to get into when we get into the reading. I really like this deck as well. Very, you know, the images are very illustrative. Okay, we have the song Last Resort by Papa Roach. So again, the music is really fitting with the theme so far. And then this is the Lenormand. Very pretty. Yeah, very pretty images so far. Okay. So let me go ahead and clear these out of the way. I don't know if we're going to get charms or not. We'll see how the reading goes. But what we are going to do is I'm going to start with the group, or excuse me, not the group, the sign that has been, you know, the most watched. Sorry, I'm a little... Hello, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and get some oracle cards to start off the read. But before we do that, we have the song Unstoppable, Disturbed. You're definitely going to want to look at the lyrics to that, because this is a reading all about justice, and that's exactly what they're talking about in this song. So Google is your friend. Check out the lyrics. See how it applies to your situation. All right. Right there. There we go. Whatever it was public. With that garden card there, that's what the meaning of that card is. It's something that happens in public, right? In your social circle. Something that happened within either your network, your friend circle, something. Your neighborhood, your city, online, something. Well, they all wanted to come out, so let's take them. I kind of feel like this one wants to come out too. All right, so we've got the frame. Okay, when we're talking about something public, it can be a video with this particular card or a picture. Interesting that we've got, you might have, you know, Cancer somewhere in your chart, because pictures came up for Cancer. But this is more than just pictures. This is like the frame, meaning like, and it looks like a video reel, or like a movie reel. So let's see what this says. Oh, okay. This is either video or some sort of something that someone that you care about. And there's some sort of injustice regarding that. We've got the pair. Interesting. That totally makes sense with the heart card. We have the flip. So it's like a coin toss. It was a decision, a coin toss as to whether or not. Let's see, the scarecrow. Interesting. The enchantress. in distress. Okay, the enchantress is in distress and someone has to make a split-second decision, but maybe the distress is bullshit because of the scarecrow. Hold on. We've got the cycle. And now we've got the peeper. So, with the peeper, it feels like, you know, this is something that is being witnessed that shouldn't be witnessed, or something that's being filmed that should not be filmed. We have the song Vacation by the Go-Go's. Give me a second. I just need to sit with this for a minute because it's right here that I feel, it's like the scarecrow and the cycle are the ones that I'm like, wait a second. It's like, is this a pattern of behavior that someone has? Also with the scarecrow and the flip, right? Like, so the scarecrow is meant to scare crows away. But it's not an actual person standing out in the field. Like, that would be the only thing that would scare the crows away, is the farmer out tending the field, because the crows are there to steal the corn, right? So it's like with the flip, it's like taking a chance, right? Like, it's almost like there's this energy of, I know I'm not supposed to be doing something, but I'm doing it anyway. Or I know I'm not supposed to be witnessing something, but I'm watching it anyway. Or I'm not supposed to be filming something, but I'm filming it anyway. And if it's not that, it's that someone they have a pattern of behavior that is, they're probably they cheat. Like, they have a pattern of cheating behavior. And you found it because you were peeping in their phone. You found the video or something, right? Peeping in their phone. There's something like that. The other thing is, if this is something that happened public, it's like there might be an embarrassing video of someone who is either upset about something, maybe they say something, because we got the enchantress and then in distress, right? And the flip. So like, this could be like someone loses their shit, because that is literally the energy of Mars retrograde in Gemini opposing Mercury in Sagittarius, right? And Venus being there as well. But like, someone loses their shit and it gets caught on camera, and then that gets posted or something, right? And it could be someone that you think is your friend that is the one, or someone that you think you can trust that is the one that betrays you. Because with this, it's like the energy of, I'm either watching something I shouldn't be watching, I'm filming something I shouldn't be filming, I'm seeing something I shouldn't be seeing. And there's this pattern of behavior, right? A pattern of behavior, a pattern of behavior. And it's definitely something that's captured on film. So it's like there's evidence of this pattern of behavior, right? And it's public. We have the song Hall of Fame. The script. So yeah, like, it might even be something that goes viral that embarrasses you or something. I wanted to say it could even be a family member that betrays you, or that does this, right? Let's find out, like, what are the details really. What are the details? We're going to use the Macabre Tarot to see. And then we'll ask, like, who's involved with the Supernatural Tarot. Finally, we'll see, like, what are your ancestors going to do about it? we're going to ask the Vlad Dracula Tarot that question. One more. Oh, okay. We've got the Star. Yeah, this is definitely something that's going public. Definitely something that's putting you in the public eye. I wonder if it's going to end up being really good for you, though, and maybe not so good for the person that if that makes sense, right? Like, I don't know, it's just how it's coming up. Because look, we've got the Guide, the Ten of Cups, the Two of Swords, but you don't see any people. It's not like there's a person defending themselves with that particular Two of Swords. Interesting that the snake is coiled around the heart in the Ten of Cups, though. Very interesting. Hold on. It just kind of confirms even more for me that it's someone that's like family, or if it's not an actual family member, it's someone that you really thought you could trust. Snakes can represent healing as well, but I don't know, man. Like, and you know, the Ten of Cups is a really positive card, but this is the Macabre Tarot, right? So it's meant to be a little bit darker. I mean, I don't know if they meant for it to have like dark meanings for each of the cards, but that's how it's feeling to me when I'm looking at them. I do have to say, well, hold on. See how this Five of Cups, like, I think this is kind of confirming for me that, like, whoever the person is that, well, this is confirming two things, but let me finish saying what I wanted to say. There could be perfume involved in some way. I don't know why or how, other than that came up, like, it looks like perfume bottles, and it really kind of stood out to me. But anyway, oh, hold on a second. Like, does somebody steal, like, does somebody work with, like, I don't know, scent, essential oil, or herbs or something, and somebody steals someone's idea. Hold on. Someone steals someone's idea. I don't know how this is attached. It just feels a little bit different, but maybe it is attached to this. I don't know. You just have to, however it goes for your own situation. The way this particular set of cards feels to me, it's like there's something about a stolen idea or formula. Hold on. It's like just the way that it's like there's this stolen idea or formula, and then someone goes to put it out, right? Like, especially if they're trying to sell something, right? They go and put it out, and then it goes boom, boom, boom. It's like this ripple effect that travels down, right? Where the abundance of it, like maybe this person succeeds at first, but the abundance of it travels down and back up to you. Even though we're not at the justice part of the reading yet, I'm feeling like, at least if this scenario resonates for you in any way, where someone stole your idea or something, like somehow the benefit is going to come back to you. That's just number one. They wanted to bring it out. So however that resonates for your situation. Especially if whoever it was that stole the idea or the recipe or whatever it was, they say that it's theirs. I don't know how it's going to come back and benefit you, but in some way it's going to benefit you, I think. Also, I think that they're going to get found out that they lied. Maybe that's how it does come back to benefit you, because it's found out that they lied or something. So coming back to this feels like we're going back, like I almost forgot the first story because I was so entrenched in this one. But like now we're going back to this situation or something. Hold up, it is connected, because this looks like a either a recipe book or a book of shadows or something, right? And then we've got this treachery on the part of someone that you thought was your friend or family member. Possibly even, I got to read this Two of Daggers. Like typically the Two of Swords is more like I'm trying to make a decision intuitively, but I'm defensive about it, right? The swords are blocking my heart. There's defense, or you're blocking out information, like you're trying to avoid something, right? There's defensiveness. But I feel like these two swords are sort of cuddling and snuggling and supporting each other for the healing of this particular sword. It's like if this was two people, right? Like something was supposed to happen for the healing or benefit of, but then there was betrayal. And that's, look at, there's a dragonfly here. Sometimes dragonflies can be cannibalistic. They have to do it for survival. So, very interesting. Let's see who's involved. More snakes, like the snakes keep coming up. So this is definitely a betrayal. Three of Bones is like, see how the bones are broken from the snake's coil or grip, right? And then you've got dead leaves on the ground as well. It's like you were waiting for this abundance to come in, and now it's all broken because of the betrayal of the snake. Like the plan is just broken. It's just broken. There's no way of salvaging this particular plan. And then even look at the spider. The spider is broken as well, right there. Actually, there's a pin in the spider, but still, it looks like a crack where the blood is coming out. It's pinned to a board, actually. The spider is pinned to a board. So, in other words, like, okay, so typically the Eight of Cups is energy of moving, walking away, moving towards what will fulfill you. But obviously the spider isn't going anywhere because it looks like it's pinned to the board, even though those are cups in the spider's hand. It looks like push pins to me. They're showing it to me like push pins. It's like whatever this betrayal was, it broke your momentum. It broke the dream, whatever. You can't move now. And by the way, everything on the bottom of the deck is all of the energy that brought you to this point now, brought you up to where you are right now. And this is because there was like too much, you gave too much of your, like you told your ideas. It was probably to a boss, someone, or maybe look at the Haunting of Bones. With the Rigid or the Emperor here, it could be a fire sign like Aries with that card, but maybe this is like, if this was a family member, this was a family member who also took on the role of the boss, or they were the manager, or they were the older sibling, or the more aggressive partner in a situation if you were friends, right? So now let's look at who's involved, even though I was trying to look and we found Aries in there. I forgot that I had looked on the bottom of the deck. Another thing is too, I try to, format these readings, but every single time my own team always, they'll throw little, things at me from the side like this and just take my plan and just shatter it, basically. A lot of times in these readings, like I have really had to learn to be flexible in these readings. Let me tell you, way back when I first started doing this on Facebook like 5 years ago, I was having some difficulty trying to be flexible with them, because even though I have been doing this for like 30 plus years, I hadn't really tried to do it like as a business until about 5 years ago, right? Like actually trying to get myself out there. And so like I started doing live readings on Facebook, and every time I would come in with a plan, it would get all screwed up. Like my team, my angels, my ancestors, they were like, why are you even trying? Like, this is what, I don't know why you're trying to make the reading have this topic. This is what we want to talk about right here. Or why are you asking this question? This is the topic that's going to come through. And it was always like a reading that was spot on for the client, but sometimes it wasn't always what they wanted to know, right? And so anyway, I've had to learn to be very flexible. That's just one of the things that happens over time when you practice at this type of stuff. So let's see who's involved in this situation. Okay, so off the bat, even though this is the Three of Wands, I actually feel more like this is someone who is someone who self-mutilates. It may not be that they actually cut. God, this is like really dark coming through. I'm seeing that as blood on her arms, cuts on her arms. So so one of the people that's involved in this, if they are not someone who harms themselves, like self-harm, which is an actual mental disorder, if they don't do it through, like, some people will pick at their skin, some people will cut, some people pull their hair out, like different things, right? If they don't do something physical like that, then this could be where maybe they do dangerous things. They're known to be kind of a risk taker and maybe even a little bit maudlin. I'm kind of feeling like Cancerian energy with this, but it doesn't have to be that, you know, Cancer. Oh, wait, is this a Cancer reading? No, this is Aquarius reading. Okay. Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles, which means one person at least. First of all, this could have to do with some kind of work, as we already knew because of the Three of Pentacles, but it's somebody that you work with, right? Also somebody who's very, they're very helpful with the Three of Pentacles coming out, meaning that they'll come in and lend a hand whenever you need it. They're very supportive in that, especially like when it comes to physical help, right? Now we have the Eight of Cups. Isn't that the second time we have the Eight of Cups? Didn't we have the Spider with the Eight of Cups before? Interesting. So this is water energy, but with the Eight of Cups, it's someone who's just not happy in the situation. They weren't happy at all. Like maybe they're kind of sad or depressed with the Eight of Cups. So then we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is going to be someone who's in and out, in and out, in and out, maybe a little bit unreliable. The Ten of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Ten of Wands is going to be someone who's very responsible, probably carries a heavy workload, or like works a lot, maybe works a couple of jobs or something like that. Like they're very responsible. They've got they've got a heavy burden on their shoulders, right? And then with the Wheel of Fortune, it can be someone who's probably prosperous. This is more risk-taking energy as well because it's a lucky rabbit's foot, right? Talking about your luck or your fortune. So there's more risk-taking energy, just like the energy coming through with this particular card. I think these two are connected. And the Wheel of Fortune, by the way, is all fixed energy. So even though I was seeing like Cancerian energy with this particular card here, the signs that are typically represented by the Wheel of Fortune would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But I do have to say I've felt multiple times that Aquarius and Cancer might be in some ways related. So you might want to watch that particular. Reading. Okay, so let's look and see what is the Justice now that we know who is involved. Let's see what are your ancestors, your angels, God going to do about it. Especially if this is like a family member, right? And I don't know how you would prove that they stole your idea or stole something from you or something, right? I don't know how you would prove it, but you know, if you don't have the proof, there's really nothing you can do to prove that someone stole an idea if you were just talking to them, right? But I do think already we've seen this where it's going to come back to benefit you in some way. I really do. That feeling is really coming through. Like there's something where you are going to get attention for whatever it is that this person did, whether that's good or bad. I do feel that some of it's going to be positive. But if this was like some sort of something where you lost your temper and someone filmed it and then posted it trying to shame you, right? There are going to be people that are like, I agree with everything you said, right? Or if this is something where it was a sex tape and somebody goes and posts it, then there are going to be people that will be like, damn girl, like, you know what I mean? Kind of the Kim Kardashian thing, but I don't think we're talking fame on that level. But we are talking attention and, you know, I think in some way it's going to end up being positive for you. But then again, if this is something where someone stole an idea of yours or some sort of recipe or something like that, right? Somehow I think they're going to get caught or found out. It's going to happen because of how it goes down the line. It's going to trickle down, 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 trickle, trickle, trickle until somehow it comes back to benefit you. It may take a while. So we've got the Two of Swords here where we show Vlad cutting the ears off a Turkish slave, right? And so let's read the story of that, just because this is on the bottom of the deck, and you know, these stories are pretty interesting when if you are interested in this deck at all. Let's see. We have the song Turn Me Loose. I think this is Loverboy. Okay, so Two of Swords, cutting the ears off a Turkish slave. It says the warfare of medieval Europe was far more ghastly and brutal than is the warfare of today. Although artillery was beginning to prove useful in the 1400s, it was not widespread, and soldiers were expected to get their hands dirty if they hoped to survive against the enemy. Many chroniclers relate details concerning Vlad's hands-on approach to violence, and particularly the cutting of lips, noses, and ears. When Vlad led a strike against the Ottoman city of Nicopolis, he hacked the ears, noses, and heads off men, women, and children, gathered them in a bag, and sent them to Hungary as proof of his success. From the Byzantine era, the removal of victims' ears and noses was a common practice among soldiers as evidence of victory, and soldiers were paid extra bonus based on the number of victims they had killed. It was much easier to transport small parts of the head to prove their ability as a warrior rather than the entire head. During his sojourn in the Middle East, Napoleon commented that Ottoman soldiers seemed more interested in removing ears from the dead than they did in actually fighting against the French. So I now understand why this video is here. I think that's exactly how this person is going to get caught, right? And it's because there's going to be an evidence trail, right? That's the reason for cutting off the ears, so that they can prove their success, right? But I don't think that's in terms of you proving your success. What I felt when I was reading that was that it's almost like, you know how a serial killer keeps trophies? I think this person there's some sort of something that is either a trophy, or like, let's say if this is a recipe or an idea, maybe you know, you wrote it down somewhere and they saved that, and that's what gets them caught. Or maybe you said something in a video that somebody later finds that nobody knew was there, right? And that's what gets them caught, or something to that effect. There's going to be something that they have on their possession, sort of as a trophy. Dude, remember what I was just saying about serial killers? And then we've got this image that's making me think of Jack the Ripper, right? And Jack the Ripper more than likely kept trophies from his victims. But this is, let the world see where I have been. Oh my God, I told you it was about trophies. Let the world see where I have been is what it says on the bottom of that. That's what this is about. It's about trophies. And then look at serving soup from a boiled thief. What did I just say? Somebody stole something, and they are going to get caught. And then you've got the star again on the bottom of the deck. I swear to God, this is going to bring you, and look at the sun underneath that. This is going to bring something really positive for you. Look at, and the Nine of Cups underneath that again. And the other person, I think, is probably going to end up going to jail or something. They stole something from you, they're going to jail. or they're definitely going to get caught if they don't go to jail. And it's because they kept a souvenir of some kind for whatever reason, there's like this arrogance, like, let the world know where I've been, right? They've left a trail. They have left a bloody trail of evidence of what it was that they stole and what it was that they did. Okay, so let's look at the crystals that you can use to help you let go and let God, right? And so as I've been saying to all of the different signs so far, you are only the fourth sign that I have recorded today, and that's because I'm recording them in order of popularity of the last group of videos that I uploaded, being the starseed videos. So Gemini was the most watched starseed video of those, so that was the first one that I recorded. It was the most popular. The least popular was Aries, so Aries is going to be the last one that I record. But what I have been saying to almost everyone, with the exception of Gemini, because Gemini had a very positive, very different reading from any of this, what I've said to everyone else is that you need to visualize this prayer for justice. Don't visualize the exact details of what you want to happen. You let the angels and you let God handle it in their way. Just because you've looked at a little bit of a sneak peek at what might happen doesn't mean you need to pray for these exact things. I don't know why I feel the need to tell you that, but what you need to do is just pray. Pray for justice. I want you, like, how would justice feel to you? Like, how would you feel emotionally if you had justice for this situation, right? How would it feel to see the other person's reaction to you getting justice in this situation? I want you to imagine it. I want you to fantasize it. I want you to see it like a movie in your brain. I want it to be visceral for you, because the more viscerally that you imagine it, that you fantasize about it, the more strength or passion that you're putting into that prayer. And then once you're done, you let it go, right? You let it go, and you don't keep ruminating on it. You don't keep allowing yourself to feel that injustice of it, because you know now that your team is going to handle it. So what are the crystals that can help you do that, right? Let's see. We've been using, so far I've been feeling very strongly that they need to be used in meditation, because we're going to be doing a prayer, a visualization of what it is the justice that you want. Now, like I say, don't go with the deep details that you found here. You just want to, like, how would you feel justified? Especially because you're in, and I don't know why I feel so strongly about getting specific about this with this particular group, because I didn't say this to anybody else, but I think you're going to get the benefit of this person's downfall. So how would that, what would make you feel like you really got justice? What would that benefit be for you? That's what you want to fantasize about. That benefit coming to you, not the downfall of the other person, but the benefit that would come to you specifically, right? And how you would feel as you saw that benefit and that blessing come in, but also how you would feel seeing, you want to see the other person's reaction. You want to imagine the other person's reaction to your benefit and how that would make you feel, okay? Okay, we've got black tourmaline, which totally makes sense because it's about protection. But the way that black tourmaline protects you the best is after you get yourself balanced, which again just really totally makes sense for this. Getting yourself balanced 1000% so that the black tourmaline can come in and keep you balanced. It carries light along its striations down through your chakra body, and that's how it keeps you balanced. That's how it protects you. You also have sunstone on the bottom of the deck. So again, more confirmation of that. You want yourself to shine, and the best way to get yourself to shine is to let this go and get yourself in balance. We have the song, Remember When, Chevelle. So we've got 3 crystals here. We've got kunzite, heart activation. I always see this as my family crystal. So, and I think this is, Yep, this is the reading where I felt like family was, I almost thought it was Cancer there for a second. I don't know why I keep getting you two confused. You might be dealing with a Cancer, but also Cancer does rule the 4th house, which is the house of family in the zodiac. So, you know, this family element again is confirmed with that kunzite. Now we've got the emerald. This is all heart chakra so far, with amber and laughter. Literally all heart chakra, 1000%. In meditation, hold this on your heart chakra. Have it sitting on your heart chakra as you're laying down. And I feel like you need to put this on your solar plexus chakra. And then carry the black tourmaline with you after you're done with your meditation. But all 3 of these need to be, it's amber, emerald, and kunzite. If you don't have the actual crystals, you can take a screenshot and put the picture here on your chest as you're meditating to call in the crystal devas, or you can actually draw these sigils on your heart chakra with like lipstick or, I don't know, eyeliner or something that you can wash off later. But yeah, these are all going to go on your heart chakra in meditation, and then you want to put this one here on your solar plexus and then carry it with you. Okay. Actually, this is really weird. Halfway through, they want you to move this from your solar plexus to your 3rd eye. It's like they're saying you're transferring the energy. Once you solidify the energy, like the will, what it is that you want, what it is that will make you happy, make you filled with laughter, and activate your heart, what it is that would make you feel that your justice came in, not the punishment that the other person is going to suffer, but what your benefit is. Once you get that solidified in your solar plexus, bring the black tourmaline up to your 3rd eye so that you can solidify it in your vision. And then you carry the black tourmaline with you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, or rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me, and I thank you very much for watching.